Sorry for snoring. This is a couple of videos I found for an update on the boy found in a suitcase. So I wanted to put together a collation of these.
Found the body of a young boy dead in a suitcase in southern Indiana.
The man was hunting for mushrooms near Pekin in Washington County, and that's when he found a hard suitcase, and you can see this print of Las Vegas on the outside.
As police are still now working to identify the body, new tonight at 6 o'clock, Tom Lally from our sister station in Louisville takes us deep into the woods where the man made that horrible discovery.
Jeff Meredith calls this place heaven. It's the woods outside his home. He says he can sit for hours every day and just watch it. But on one day, April 16th, he found something out of place. It was a boy, and now it's his mission to find that boy's name.
When I first saw that little feller, immediately I felt that he was telling me, help me. I need help.
It was late that Saturday. Jeff Meredith was out in the woods of his property looking for mushrooms.
And I decided to cross over and mushroom hunt on this side here. And I come up on the body.
The body of a boy in a suitcase 80 feet off the road. Jeff thought to call police, but he told me he'd feel like a fool if they got there and it was just a suitcase, so he opened it.
It's wrong. God, is it wrong? In every way.
Nearly 2 weeks later, it's tough for him to get close to that spot again.
It bothers me, but it ain't about me. It's about that little boy that they threw away like it's a piece of trash. That's what bothers me worse than anything in the world, because I've got 5 grandbabies.
3 of them are around that boy's age. He's a proud grandpa who cared for his kids so that they could one day raise their own.
It's the blessing of life to watch them develop into the little human beings that they will be later on.
One little human will never get to be more. Jeff's learning to accept he can't control that, but he hopes to convince someone to come forward with information on the death and, most importantly, a name.
He deserves to have a name, you know? Just like you and I, we've got a name, and we want a name put on our stone after we're gone. And he deserves that. So if anybody out there knows anything, please come forward. Because that little 5-year-old boy needs you now more than ever to give him his dignity back to him.
I want to get you up to date on where the investigation stands right now. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is helping state police here in Indiana try to find out who the little boy is. State police have resources to help in the investigation, including a forensic artist who can do facial reconstruction. The autopsy did not reveal the cause of death. So investigators now are going to rely on toxicology reports to see if the child perhaps had any drugs or other substances in his body.
2 full weeks have passed since a little boy was found dead in the woods of Washington County, Indiana. In that time, we've learned new evidence from police and how far the search has gone from that back road in Pekin. Tom Lally is breaking it down in this timeline for us.
Saturday, April 16th, a man police identified as a mushroom hunter finds a boy dead around 7:30 that night. We found out the next day, April 17th, when Indiana State Police held this press conference.
Somebody knows something.
This is when we heard the first identifying details. A boy, black, between 5 and 8 years old, 4 feet tall, a slim build, and short hair. They hoped someone would recognize him and come forward. Monday, April 18th, ISP sets up a national tip line for the case, getting 200 calls in one day. But none of them are the call they hoped for. So Tuesday, April 19th, authorities confirm rumors and release this photo. a distinct suitcase the boy was found inside of. They also released the exact location for the first time, and it is the last time we got an official update from police. Days later, on Sunday, April 23rd, neighbors in Washington County decided to do something, a vigil, praying for the boy's identity to be revealed, saying he's one of them now.
In this terrible way, he became an adopted son of ours.
4 more days go by before the man who found that boy tells me he's ready to speak on April 28th.
The little boy deserves to be respected.
Jeff Meredith tells me he was out later than usual, in a spot he normally wouldn't be. Finding this boy's body was a fate he didn't want, and until he finds the boy's name, he says, the memory will not rest.
We do have the tip line number up on your screen. Police say they've received too many calls about children who have already been listed as missing. So they're asking for details on children not already in a database, but who you may have noticed missing and might fit this description. Someone's tip may give this child his name back.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. Sorry, I got a mouth toothache on the bottom here, so I'm trying not to open it. But I wanted to bring the updates that we have on the 5-year-old found in the suitcase.